Hello everybody, welcome back. And welcome back for me because last week I wasn't here to be able to do a video because I was riding my motorcycle to Key West, Florida. For some of you that are just tuning in, I started a motorcycle trip from Oklahoma City to Key West, Florida a couple of months ago on a Harley Davidson, my first Harley ever. I bought it used, and that's the best way to buy anything is buy it used. Buy it, somebody else has already worked the bugs out and you save a lot of money. So I bought this motorcycle for $3,000 and it's an incredible Harley. It's the smallest Harley Davidson I think they make. It's called a Sportster, 850 something cc's and easy to drive. But it had straight pipes on it, it had no saddlebags, it didn't have a windshield. When I took out of Oklahoma City back a couple of months ago, I took a razor blade and I had a jacket on and I had tennis shoes on and I drove this motorcycle from Oklahoma City to El Paso, Texas. And at El Paso, Texas, I left it with the dealer and I flew back home. Then I flew back to El Paso and I drove it from El Paso to Del Rio, Texas to Houston, Texas, and I left it at the dealer. Now it was time to do some work on the Harley. I had them put saddlebags on, I had them put a windshield on it, and I had them put the original mufflers back on the motorcycle so it was quieter. I really don't like making that big of a scene. I like making a scene. I am definitely a person that really loves people. I socialize everywhere I go, but I don't want to have that kind of entry where they can hear me coming from 2 miles away. So last week I flew down on Saturday morning to Houston, Texas. Southwest Airlines, great airline, cheap. Right into Houston, into Hobby. Took an Uber, love Uber. Own a little bit of stock in Uber. It's been a little bit shaky lately. It's been going down, down, down. And I've been tempted to sell it, but I'm not going to sell it because I believe in the product. I use Uber. I think it's a good company. It's got good management, and they're fighting the fight. They're making it happen so that they're still in business. They're doing a great job. So I got to the Harley shop. Everything was perfect. Saddlebags, windshield, new muffler system, and I started on my way out of Houston. Took me 3 hours to get out of Houston because I was using the GPS and I was using a bicycle route because I really didn't want to get on the highway, the interstates to get out of Houston. I wanted to go on back streets, but it would take me to bicycle trails, and you can't ride a motorcycle on bicycle trails. Thinking back, I should have used the bicycle trail. I could afford the ticket. You got to look at it. The ticket for riding on a bicycle trail with a motorcycle would probably be a couple $100, but I would have got out of Houston a lot faster, and time is money. And it would have been a different ride, but I did get out of Houston. I went to one kind of like a flea market, but all kinds of people there, families were there that have their own booths, and there was some food there. I got a little bit of food. It was good, had a great trip. Left Houston, got out on Highway 90 and headed towards Baton Rouge. And it was great. I got to see sights, I got to see small towns, I got to see, small towns are really proud of their football teams. And they go the extra mile to celebrate the team, and they got flags and stuff and all these people. It's just fun. America is a great place to live. No matter what the media tells you, America is incredible. People are friendly all over the United States. I met so many interesting people on this trip from Oklahoma City all the way to Key West. And so that you're not just on a cliffhanger wanting to know if I made it all the way to Key West, the answer is yes. I did make it all the way to Key West. I started on Saturday morning. I got to Key West Thursday afternoon. Plenty of time to find a place to store the motorcycle for next time. Next time, which will be in March, I am going to go to Key Largo, Florida, one of the first islands of the Florida Keys, and I'm going to run to celebrate my 65th birthday, 100 miles. Now the plan is to run it nonstop. It's flat because I know it because I drove it on my motorcycle. The bridges are pretty flat, and of course the islands are flat. So it's going to be a really good run in March the 5th. And if you're interested in running with me in Key Largo, from Key Largo to Key West, or a part of it, get in contact with me down below. is our phone number and how to get a hold of me. I'm really easy to get a hold of. I am a CEO of a small company, small to some, large to others. We have about 49 employees, and I am so honored because our employees have nominated us to be a great place to work in 2021. We won it for the second year in a row.
First place in the small business category for the second year in a row, Pacebutler Corporation.
125 employees or less, the size of the companies that we were in, we won the best place in Oklahoma City to work. And we won that not because we give a ton of time off or because we've got all these benefits. We won it basically because our company has a purpose. Our company has a vision. And our vision is to build great lives, not only of our employees, but of our customers and of society. Some of you know that our company is in the used cell phone business. I started this business in 1987 with $62.53. I had an idea, I took action, and I've stayed committed. What we do is we buy used cell phones in the United States. Now, when we started in 1987, we did not buy used cell phones. We bought used IBM mainframe computers. Computers as big as this desk. Computers that had to be in a specially air-conditioned facility. Well, today we buy cell phones and tablets. And we've got a great company, great atmosphere. And we have what we call the game. And the game is every day, Monday through Friday, for about 10 minutes to 15 minutes per team. And so I'm on Tyler's team. I couldn't think who. I'm on Tyler's team. Tyler has one team and Hogan has the other. And they pick us on who's going to be on the team. And I always get picked towards the last because I'm in administration. That's what they tell me. I get picked last because I'm not the greatest at these games. Just like in school. Did you ever, like in school, and they have classroom teams and they pick you, and I was always like one of the last to get picked, and it affected me. And I'm in therapy today for it, and now at work they're doing the same thing, but I get to play. And so you can see in this video us having a lot of fun and the music and stuff. And we do this every day for about 10 or 15 minutes. And right now, our team is kicking it. We are ahead of the other team. And we're going to get to do something fun. Last month, the winning team got to go bowling. And I know that sounds really nerdy, but I'm a nerd, and a lot of people that work here are nerdy. But even the non-nerds, the really cool people that have their hair just right and their clothes are just right and all that stuff, and their tats are just right, they had a blast bowling too. So this month, we're going to go to a shooting range. We're going to go shoot pistols and rifles and stuff. But we got a problem with that. Because one thing about our company vision is we build great lives. And we give people another chance. So some of our employees cannot go to a gun range. And if you don't know why, you can look it up. There are certain people that can't be around guns, and we have some of those employees that can't be around guns. So we're going to change it to something else. And once I get done making this video, I'm going to get on the phone and see if it's available. And it is going to be the super nerdiest thing you can imagine. I mean, it is so uncool, it's going to be cool. And I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. The more we give, the more we live. My word for this year and for last year, for 2022 and for 2021 is create. Not compete. Create. Make something out of nothing. Do something better. One of the books that I highly, highly recommend, I've now finished it for the 12th time, is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, written in 1910. You can get it on Amazon for $4. I've read it 12 times. I listen to it every morning. I also listen to a self-talk tape that is helping me to have better self-talk. You can find those on YouTube. Find one that really resonates with you, what you want to do. You know, I want to be healthy. I want to have a great relationship with God and with my family. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. Not I want to be financially okay. I want to be rich. And I am rich today. The law of compounding. If you want to be rich, there are a couple things you need to know. One, you got to have great routines, which work into great habits. And you got to understand the law of compounding and put it into practice. And you have to have the time in order for that to happen. You want to be ambitious, but not greedy. Greed is making a profit at the expense of others. Ambition is making a profit at the service to others. On my motorcycle trip, I stopped in at the Waffle House. And if you're up north and you don't have Waffle House, sorry, go south. Because the Waffle House is such a cool place. You get to talk to the cook, you get to talk to many waitresses, you get to talk to the people. If you sit at the bar, that's where I sit. And as you know, I'm rather, what do you call it, overt? I like people, I love people, I like to meet new people. That's why I always wear a name tag everywhere I go, and the people at the Waffle House know me by name. How about that? Wherever you go, do they know you by name? So wherever I go, they know me by name. So at the Waffle House, I got to meet the cook, and I asked her a question. I said, do you get to participate in the tips of the tip pool? Do they have a tip pool? And she said, no, all the waitresses and waiters get their own money. We don't get tipped. We get paid a dollar per hour. She has 3 kids, 3 kids. And she rides a bus to get to Key Largo for 45 minutes to be able to go to work. And that day she was going to work a double. From very early in the morning until 9 p.m. at night, she's working, and her 3 kids are at home. But she's making a living for those kids, and she's worked there for over a year. And she's got good self-discipline. So the more we give, the more we live. And I did something that day that I'm sure no one else is going to do that day. I gave her a $50 tip. $50. Now I make enough money to be able to give a $50 tip, but it changed her day. Maybe now with that $50, she can go buy gifts for her kids. Not gifts given to her by somebody else, but she can go buy gifts for her kids. And of course the waitress that I had, I wasn't sure which waitress I really had because so many of them were giving me great service. So I knew there were 2 of them that primarily gave me service, so I called both of them over and I gave each one of them $25. So I tipped $100 at a Waffle House. Do you think they'll remember me if I go back into that Waffle House, especially if I wear my name tag, which in March, I'll be back. I ate 3 orders of hash browns. Look at these. Look at how big these orders are. These are incredible. And these people in this picture are the people that I tipped. Look at their smiles. The more we give, the more we live. Share this video with others. Like it or don't like it. But either like it or don't like this video. And put your comment down below. You know, I like nice comments, but I like if you think there's some things that I need to do differently to make this a better video for the next person that watches my next video, put it down there. Put a comment down there. Be real with me. What are you doing? Are you self-employed? Do you own your own business? Do you want to own your own business? Put down why you want to. And my phone number is there if you want to give me a call, want to talk about business, you know, how easy it is to have the corner office, to be able to make all the decisions, to come and go as you please, all that BS. Anyway, I feel free to give me a call. I like talking to you guys. I've talked to a lot of people all over the United States about business. It's fun to be in business, and it's hard to be in business, but sometimes it's hard to have fun. Anyway, sometimes it's hard not to have fun. So thank you for tuning in.